Okay, well that was interesting. I had my power temporarily went out for quite literally a second. That's that's all it took, I guess, to shut me down. Um, Let me make sure that everything's working again here. It looks like it is. Let me check the stream manager. All right, it looks like we're up and running. Oh man, okay. This is the scary part about commitment mode with this game is it still here? It looks like it. Let's jump right back in. Look at that. Look at that. And we're back. Still with the plague. Yep. That we are just barely managing. Tell you what, though. I want to get... Excuse me. I want to get my medicine moved over here. Hey, Constantius, can you actually haul this medicine real fast? There. Now, whenever they are ready... Tended in 3 hours. So whenever she's ready, she's got medicine right next to her. They don't need to run over here. And Constantius is going to make sure that we actually have food so we can eat. I have to say, this is probably one of the, I don't want to call it a rough start, because I'm not really struggling, but... this has definitely been one of the more debilitating starts that I've had, where people are sick right away, as soon as we land. Should have stayed in space, where no one can hear the pathogens scream. No thanks. I'd really rather you didn't. Okay. We should also get going on a schedule here. Now, to anyone who watches Rimworld content, at least on YouTube, I imagine that's probably why you're here. I like using the Atom versus Everything biphasic schedule. So, from midnight to 4, we sleep. Recreate beforehand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours of being awake. 2 more hours of recreation. 1, 2, 3, 4 more hours of sleep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, that's what it is. There we go. Excuse me. Coffee is making my throat kind of rough. I might have to clear my throat for a bit. Timberwolf has become tame. It is now designated as Timberwolf 1. That's great. Timberwolves are actually awesome for us because we have venerated animal Timberwolf. Problem is, none of my people are good at animals. So... this thing will become wild again, but for now it's actually fine to stay with us, because then I know it won't eat us. Why are you up and moving around? We're getting there. Immunity is getting there. Let's hope we don't get any other diseases. That's super weird. I keep looking over at the stream manager, and the video keeps buffering, so it makes me think that the stream just stopped working. Thankfully, it didn't. Okay. Your colonists all feel a psychic message echoing. How is that possible? We're psionically deaf. It's a signal from an inhuman, twisted mind that was left behind somewhere far away. You can focus on the signal and echo it back, but you can't tell what will happen if you do. This is to bring out the monolith. So, there's no monolith on this map for the Anomaly DLC. So you can have one drop in by doing that. Ancient stockpile. You have detected the energy signature of a grav core. The signal originates from an ancient underground stockpile. The location is marked on the world map. So we can go there and get a grav core and some panels to upgrade the ship. Immunity speed. Okay, she's about to come out of it. You're still recovering from the flu? Come on, man. Do we have strong immunity? I don't think I did that. I think I left disease to be like a susceptible thing. Yeah, I did. Of course I did. Well, you can't gene lab all of the fears away, right? Can you do me a favor and stop sleeping and build this? Perfect. Now I want batteries. So they're not going to do any of that until the fields are done being sown, but that's okay. Why do you keep doing this? Immunity 93. No. There we go. Didn't want to use the medicine on that because he's about to recover. There we go. Visitors. A group from Gala tribe. Ugh, tribals. I will probably tick off the tribals at some point so I can get them as raids. I don't want to... Oh, we're sleeping on the ground, huh? That's probably not making you very happy, is it? You can go inside now. Theova, you're working hard. You're a hard worker. Now, they're eating without a table here, so as we all know, that is a sin. Let's go ahead and grab a table and one stool. I doubt they'll all eat at the same time, so we should be okay. Yeah, I'm gonna upgrade the Gravship. We're gonna go ahead and designate all of that to be built. As much as I'd like to get the research done right now. Okay. Need recreation variety. Yes, I did forget about recreation, didn't I? Let's go ahead and throw a horseshoe pin right here. Relia, do you think maybe you could actually build that before you go to bed, just so people have something to do? There we go. Nice. I do want to explore a little bit more of this and see if we can find some cool stuff. I'm just trying to get all of this taken care of first before we do any of that. If I get a pawn that becomes injured and is down for a while, but I need them to be doing stuff, it would slow things down even more. So we're gonna try and get some of this other stuff done first. Starting with... you want to play horseshoes, okay. When you're done with that, do you think you could build this table and this chair so we can eat at a table? Oh, she didn't feel like it. Okay, you come over here and build it then. Couple of things to know. YouTube is 60 seconds. There's a 60-second delay when it comes to comments in the live stream. If you put a comment in and I don't see it for the first 30 seconds, give me another 30 seconds more. Couple of mods being used in this playthrough. Mostly Spice of Life. There's no mods that change the core game away from vanilla. I'm not using Vanilla Combat Extended or anything like that. Just normal, regular Rimworld. Some of the mods that I do run, though, include, like, Camera Plus. Right? So I can zoom in and zoom out really far. Another mod I use is called Random Plus. That's the one that we did when we were generating colonists. Other than that, no other mods in the playlist that really matter. Harmony's in here for a reason or so. I can't quite remember why. I think it's because of Camera Plus. Look at that, the rice is almost done. That's taken a few days to sow. Tameness is still at 5. So we don't have to worry about the Timberwolf for a while. If it starts hunting one of us, though, we're going to be in some trouble then. Can't kill it because it's a venerated animal. People will get really upset. So we'll pretty much just have to run away from it. Why are we chopping trees? I mean, it's not a bad thing. It's going to get the plant skill up, but... by barely anything. Our first raid! Pig people with a gun. That is a little scary. Where are we at? Here we are. We're going to come over here. Is he waiting or... no, they're attacking immediately. Now, he does have a gun, so I don't want to be running straight at him. Okay, another raid. This one is also attacking immediately. He's going to go around and come up. and go this way. Okay, that being said, we don't want to wander off then. Let's actually stay right here. Let them come to us. Oh, he went inside. Oh, there he is. He came out. Alright, we've got Strange the Pigman coming. He's got decent shooting. Oh, where's he going? Oh, he's going after the Edekin! Oh, they do not like each other. Okay, we've got him then. It's just a melee Edekin. Come here. Oh, okay. There we go. Cool. Nervous, greedy, gay, psionically dull, incapable of firefighting. Edekin are really, really bad colonists. Sorry to anyone who likes Edekin. But their metabolic efficiency is at -1, so they eat a lot more. And they are also sleepy. So they sleep a lot more. Really, all Edekin do is eat, sleep, and fight. They would make pretty decent super soldiers with their robust and their strong melee damage, but... Oh, and they're... Oh no, they have slow wound healing too, so... Yeah, they're not great. They're not necessarily something you want to add to a colony of baseliners. If you're doing like an Edekin-only run, then that's... You know... I've never done one of those. That would be a challenge. I do not like Edekin. They are not my favorite xenotype. Who has the best construction? 6, 5, and 4. Okay, you're actually terrible, so you need to build these when you get a chance. There we go. We're eating at the table now. Oh, there he goes. I was gonna say, that guy's still alive, huh? Let's get a dumping zone so we can get him out of the way. Ooh, actually, you know what? Let's bury him. So he can be the target of a breakdown. Before you sleep, I actually want you to take care of that. There we go. Let him sit in there. Quest available, The Fleeing Knight. Niketas, whatever. A knight from the refugee Imperium is calling from nearby. His guards were killed in an ambush. He escaped, but is now being followed by a man-hunting raccoon. He wants you to keep him safe at Gravship landing site for a few hours until his shuttle can pick him up. He will bestow 8 honor on whoever accepts this. Now, normally I would do this because it's one man-hunting raccoon, but honor is for psi-casting. We are psionically dull. So we're not really going to focus on that. But something that we should probably do right away Go into our quests. Go to reward preferences down here. Take all of these and get rid of them. We don't want goodwill for our quests or honor. We want monetary gains. Still working on the ship. It's going to be a while for these guys, unfortunately. Because like I said, they're good at certain things, and they're bad at others. The Legion will need to be trained over the course of its existence for them to do very, very well. Now, these are also kind of... Oh, these are double shelves. Except for that one with the medicine. So let's... Oops. Let's put our medicine on a single shelf. I really don't want it, like, scattered about. And we can delete that now. Oh, oops. There's another shelf here that they want to store the medicine on. Let's not do that. There's only 2 here. Looks like I can store the herbal medicine on here as well. Oh, oops. I wish there was an easier way to do this. There we go. That's better. This mouse feels a little dirty. It's not. It's this rubber. There's like a rubber pad on the side of this, and I don't like the way it feels. I'm not a big fan of this mouse, but it'll do for now. It's better than the one that I had. It's better than the one I was using before. Man, they're still cleaning up bushes and stuff before they build this. There we go. Yes, yes, finally, build. Build. The one thing that you guys are actually semi-decent at. Oh, keep having to mute. I've got the hiccups right now. I think it's the coffee. I'm drinking the coffee too quick. No lights in here. They're probably getting a little upset about that. Let's just stick a torch here. Real quick, please just build this. Thank you very much. All right. Now, I'm not gonna worry about corners right now. Wait a minute. Where is the... Okay, so that's the... There we go. Okay, so the doors will go here. This will need to be reinstalled there and there. We're getting real low on these survival meals. We've got a little bit of rice and a little bit of berries. We're probably going to have to eat those raw for a little while to avoid food poisoning until I can get the nutrient paste dispenser on the ship. We'll get there. How you doing here, Wolf? Should give you a name. What's your name? What is a wolf's name? Lupin. We've got a nice pet for a little while. Oof. My goodness. Yeah, this coffee's messing me up a little bit more than I thought it would. It's taken my, my vocals and throwing them in the garbage. It's got me all wired up right now. Give me just a second here. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go blow my nose and stuff. I'm gonna just leave this up. Give me just a second. All right, we're back. Yeah, this coffee is messing me up. Sneezing, coughing, my senses are all gone. All right, let's get the steel door, build it here. Now, I'm probably going to need a column or something, or some walls on the inside to stop the roof from falling in, because this is... How big is this? Yeah, it's 17. Probably 17 by 17, because it's a circle. Yeah, 17 by 17. So... Oh. Theova has high hopes for your new Gravship and wants to christen it with a good name. What should your Gravship be called? Well, we're not Christians, so christening it, I guess, is going to be just more of a saying. I myself am a Christian, but these guys most certainly are not. What should the Gravship be called? Well, we are the Legions, so let's call our ship the Gladius. Speaking of Legion and Gladius, the last time I streamed was when I did some Rome 2, some Total War Rome 2. I was really trying to get myself in the spirit for Rome as I was going to Rome for archaeology school and a study abroad program. I was there from August 15th at around 2 p.m. in Rome, or no, 11 a.m. in Rome is when I landed. I was jet lagged like crazy. I stayed all the way until December 13th. So 4.5 months around is when I lived there. Or just for how long I lived there. And it was fantastic. It was great. It's largely why I've been not streaming, right? I started out strong and then kind of petered out. What is going on here? What is that? Okay, I thought it was coming right for me. It's coming right at us! That thing we can... Oh. Okay, well, it wasn't coming for us. Yeah, it was a truly amazing experience, but school keeps me super busy, and that's why I just haven't been streaming. School takes a lot. But now I'm on a year break from school. I'm a 5-year student, and I have completed 4 years. I'm tired. I'm fed up, right? Those of you who have been to college or... I don't know, maybe had an extended high school program or something, might understand. You just get to a point where you're like, I can't do this for a little while, you know? So I'm going to focus on work. I'm going to focus on family. I'm going to focus on going to church and trying to be an active member of my community. So that's what I'm going to try and do. And that community also does include, you know, doing things for myself that make me happy. Streaming is going to be one of those things. So maybe I can get back to streaming once every week, once every 2 weeks. Depends on how I feel. I want to get into the swing of things with a new work schedule. I used to work in museums. I used to work in history. I do not anymore, or at least for the moment. That has been kind of shelved as the economy continues to tank here in the United States. To anyone who is an active historian, you already know, historians do not get paid a lot. We're like teachers. So, you know, sometimes you gotta shelve the thing that you love and go live your life for money. As terrible as that is. But we've all got to do it at some point in life. So, why not do mine right now? I'll eventually get back into history and archaeology and museums and all of that other fun stuff. But for now, it is a life of working a simple retail job, streaming my Rimworld, maybe a little bit of Zomboid. Speaking of Zomboid, I haven't streamed any Build 42 yet. I am fully aware that Build 42 is out. It came out right after I got back from Rome, so around December or January of 2024, 2025 is when it came out, and it is riddled with bugs right now, which is why I have not streamed it. I have played plenty of Build 42, but I often get through maybe my first month. Sometimes I get up to 3 months before I get bored again. Build 42 is a great update, but in my opinion, it goes in the wrong direction. I know we're playing Rimworld and I'm talking about Zomboid, but I'll keep this quick. One of the biggest problems with Build 42 right now is the fact that it does nothing. It does absolutely nothing. There's a ton of new crafting recipes and workbenches and stuff that you can get, but you don't really need any of that stuff unless you're playing a 6 months later playthrough or something like a CDDA. And they changed the zombie spawning for CDDA, so a lot of the original footpaths that you would take in order to stay alive through the initial part of the challenge, those don't work anymore. For example, the famous farmhouse right at the start, right? You run out of the flaming house and you go north or east. Is it east? Yeah, you go east until you hit the farmhouse. And usually it was empty. You might get lucky and find like a bag of chips or something there. And it was, you know, sometimes had a zombie or two inside so you could get some clothes if you didn't have some already. So it was a great start, but now that farmhouse is swarmed. There's anywhere between 20 and 30 zombies standing outside it at all times. So you gotta fight for an entire day before you can even get in. And with the new feature of houses being looted, or at least appearing to have been looted after certain time periods pass in the game, it it damages the ability for you to go into that house and use it. So that's just one example, right? There are several other different footpaths that you can take in CDDA. Most of them have been patched with that kind of zombie spawning. So a lot of the update stuff is useless. It doesn't really do anything for you unless you're playing a 6 months later CDDA run, and they've changed the way zombies spawn, so those are a little bit trickier. They're fun, but you know, it takes forever for you to grind up to the point where you can even use any of those workbenches in an efficient manner, and you just have to ask yourself a question at some point, like, why am I doing this? Like, what's the point? It feels like this update was crafted for content creators, right? People who set out to do everything in the game and show it on camera just for the sake of it. It doesn't feel like there's a whole lot of a point. Maybe you disagree. I'm sure there are plenty of you that would disagree. There are a couple of things about Build 42 I do like. The combat fatigue, or the, what do they call it? I don't know. Muscle strain. That's what it is. Muscle strain. I actually like muscle strain. I think that it's cool. It makes you not so much of a one-man army, but so many people complained that the developers ended up nerfing how strong it is on the player's stats. And so now you have to ask, like, why have it in the game at all, then, if you're going to nerf it? They should have held their ground and said, no, this is part of the game. So, yeah, mixed feelings about Build 42. I'll go ahead and cap that discussion there. Because we're playing Rimworld, and I want to focus on Rimworld. But, yeah, to anyone who's wondering why no Build 42 content yet, I don't see a major point in playing Build 42 as of right now, with the update being largely useless and kind of riddled with bugs. So, I'll update everyone on that as time goes on, possibly with a new Project Zomboid series. We'll see. For now, it's been several days. We're still working on the ship. We'll speed things along here. Only had 2 raids so far. I made a pretty big mistake by doing this. Here, let's get rid of those. Let's not overwork them by giving them so many different things to do at once. The rice is coming in, which is really, really good. I was getting slightly worried about food, but looks like the rice came in right when we needed it to. So slow and steady wins the race with the Gravship start. Honestly, though, this has been slower than normal because of all the diseases at the start. So we'll grind through getting the rest of the ship made, and then we'll probably leave pretty quick after that and try and go get some grav light panels so we can make it even bigger. Something I never really covered was our ideology. I know I've opened the window a few times, but let's go ahead and take a look at our ideology here. So, we are transhumanists, so we do like body modifications. We are eventually going to need age reversals and neural superchargers. Those are annoying to have to fit on the ship, but it's possible, so we'll do it. Fast research speed, as I said. Excuse me. I'm sorry, I still have the hiccups. It'll take me a minute to recover from that, too. We do not allow slaves. Which is weird for us being the Legion. We'll eventually allow slaves, but I don't really even know if we're going to have them. Corpses are ugly. Diversity of thought is fine. We don't mind, but that will also eventually change to bigoted. We can harvest organs. We don't mind eating nutrient paste. We do not eat insects or fungus or people. Our leader is the Imperator, and our moral guide is the Pontifex. We have several different social festivals. These are for getting new recruits. So we'll eventually start lighting these up to not only get some Reformation points here, but to also get some new people. We venerate Timberwolves, and we do have a special relic. This is an Obsidian Gladius. So we definitely want to go find this at some point. I've never actually done a relic quest before, so I'm going to try and do it this time. So we can go get that special Gladius. Synapse, what are you doing here, man? Actually a decent pawn, too. Oh, no, never mind. 40 years old. If they were like 20 or 30, then it wouldn't be such a bad pawn. Alright. Let's grab that other... I know I got rid of it before, but let's put that stockpile back down. And get these... Get these 2 rocks out of here. Same with these pieces of metal slag. I don't want to take these with us. Get up. It's time to work. I also want to get my people out of these vac suits as soon as possible because it actually slows them down. Let's go ahead and make a shelf. Let's make 2 shelves. This is for the vac suit, and this is for the vac suit helmets. Now we actually have to go in to assign. There's a couple of things that we need to do in here. I typically do this straight at the start, but I've been getting kind of distracted with chit-chatting. So let's go ahead and do that now. So first things first, apparel. They have the Spacefarer one. We want to make our own. So new. We're going to name this Legion Relaxed. We will have an apparel one that is Legion Alert, which will force them to put on their power armor, but for now, we don't have power armor. So, not an option. We do not allow tainted apparel. And there are only a few things here that I really want them wearing. So a gas mask is something that we can wear. And a toque. That's fine. Well, actually, we really don't need these because we have decent weather survival. So I think this is just standard headgear. Then we have armor. Now we want flak pants, flak vest. We'll go ahead and turn on plate armor too, why not? Utility. I think I'll just go ahead and turn on all of the utility packs. Noble apparel. We want cape. None of these. Now, I've noticed... Okay, flak pants, flak vest. Now, where is just the regular clothing? I just want a button-down... There we go. Button-down shirts. We'll allow pants, too. There we go. So that's mostly for just keeping ourselves armored and avoiding putting on the vac suits and the power armor when I don't want them to have that stuff on. Biggest thing that we're missing right now, though, is steel. We're out. So we got to find some more. There's some up here, but that's a little close to the edge of the map. Here we go. There we go. Okay, but let's hold true on a promise that I made here. Let's go poking around some of these buildings. This building here is right next door to us. Let's see what they got. Long hallway. Oh, look at that, a component box. Okay. That's cool. We want to be careful for traps. That's why I'm trying not to step into the room all the way. What's that? Old wooden crate. Okay, there are some Militors in here. We do not want to go in there. I don't have I don't have the ability to shred them right now for metal. Otherwise, I probably would fight them, but I don't think Militors would be too big of a problem for us if we got into melee. Let's check this, and then we'll check this, and maybe move out this way. What is that? Another component box. Those are nice. Oops. Accidentally hit spacebar there. Let's go here. Nothing. I have a feeling a lot of this is going to be empty. Yikes, 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 yikes. Yeah, do not go in there. Yeah, so there's another one of those hunter traps. Got to be careful about those. We'll check out this room. Steel scrap box. Look at that. Can you open that? Hit space again. Dang it. Yeah, look at that. All right. Cool. We'll go ahead and let them wander about. Let's block off the doors that still have fog. I really don't want them going inside there. Alright. It's only a little bit of steel, but we should get our person who can mine over there right now, though. Little bit of a hiccup there. This is kind of funny. Excuse me. When the DLC first launched, there was oh, they still get it. Oh, maybe that's from the rain. So when they go swimming, they do this for recreation, right? But then they also get a mood hit for being wet, which I don't really understand that, but whatever. It's not sending us into any breakdowns, so. You're zonable. You know, as much as I like having the wolf around, I am a little worried that he's gonna bite us in the neck in our sleep. Is there any animals? There's plenty of horses over here. Let's just allow him to go anywhere but here. There. So wolves are zonable. You can get them out of the way like that if you are kind of worried about them like I am. His tameness is going to go down. Yeah, it's already at 4. So eventually he will return to the wild. And when that happens, I don't want him right next to me, trapped inside here where we sleep. That would suck. What are you doing? This guy's trying to eat my rice. He probably has eaten my rice, hasn't he? Yeah, he did. You know what? Actually, don't do that. Come here. Everyone gather around. Please don't spit fire. There we go. Whew. Came to the wrong neighborhood, guy. You don't eat my rice. We'll put you next to the other guy. That's what you get. Had a bad day because you ate some raw rice. Well, it's about to get a heck of a lot worse. Hey, you should do me a favor and come over here and make this. So we don't have a dead body sitting next to, you know, where we grow food. Oh, you guys are mad. Okay. You don't have to do that right now. There's plenty of food. Go sleep. There we go. I just realized that I have these guys zoned, I think. Yeah, to the work zone, so they won't go mine. I'm just going to have to unrestrict them for a little while. Otherwise, we are going to be in some serious trouble if we don't have this done by the time the mechs arrive. Are there any ship chunks? I doubt it. It's kind of hard to see them all, if there is any, with all this junk lying around. There's some metal walls. It wouldn't be so bad if I had the smelter. I don't, though. Because then I could just smelt all these steel slags, but... Oh, look. Here's some steel wall. Okay. Yeah. What about some of the other goodies? We still have that and that. Can you come haul this? And you haul those? Yeah, I realized that she was digging, and I just stopped her from doing that. But that's okay. I want the components. Oops, I was muted. Sorry, I was coughing a bit and had to mute myself. That tantrum is actually kind of a good thing. because now we get Catharsis to make up for all of this. And at least it was just a tantrum. We do have 2 bodies in the ground. Those will be good for breakdowns if they decide to target a corpse. What is this like dot? See this? I think it's just showing me the wolf. Yeah, it is. Okay. Sparrow self-tamed. Sure, go be food for the wolf so he doesn't kill us. Oh my gosh, man. Their planting is so bad. It's just so bad. It's terrible. So even when we crest to 4,000, another 1,000 XP, even when we get there, we'll still have 0. We have to get like 5 levels just to be competent in planting. So to anyone that might just be showing up, we are doing a Gravship run with super soldiers, my own Xenogerm of super soldiers. They're all right. They're not great. They're not super crazy. But they're just crazy enough to have some fun. And I'm not super great at Rimworld, so this should be a nice, challenging run for me. Despite the handicap. Cool thing, though, is, so when we want to make another super soldier, we have to find a pawn that is tough. That is, like, the one criteria that we're going to do, is you have to have tough. I might take nimble if I'm desperate, but I think I'm going to try and stick to that rule and just keep tough pawns. Do me a really big favor. If you're going to leave there, haul that. Oh, autosave. There we go. Nice. When did we discover this? What are trucks doing in the hallway? Interesting. Okay. Nice. So we're getting steel hauled again. Alright. We're not so stagnant anymore. The field makes it kind of tough, though, to keep working on mining. At least we have a decent miner. Right? Like, we might not be able to grow food very well, but we can definitely dig into the earth a bit. We're going to try and juggle these back just a little bit here. It's kind of annoying to micro this, but... And it technically makes the pawn a little bit more pissed off. Because they don't get to just go to bed. But we want the steel close. We're going to go ahead and switch these guys off so they'll go do the things that they need to do. This Aurelius doesn't really have much of a job aside from being a doctor, though, does she? So, never mind. I guess we'll keep her on growing. We'll take Theova off. So then he can go mine. I'm getting a little nervous Because we haven't gotten the mech message yet. I'm hoping that it doesn't leave me with, like, 3 days to leave. I have been nailed with a, you have 5 days to get the heck out of here. Which 5 days would not be enough for this. Unless I did this and just forced them to work. It is an option. Another autosave. We're really flying through the time here. And we're also gonna juggle this steel again too. There we go. So now we have a little bit more. Do we really need to mine more? Let's take that off. There's plenty of steel on the ground. I don't want her to just solely focus on mining until the whole vein is gone. I want the ship built first. If we have some extra time, we'll go ahead and collect some steel. But as of right now, we do not. Another thing I want to do is actually get them out of these vac suits. So let's build these. Nope, no, no, no. Please don't do that. Please, please come over here and build. Now what we can do is we can go to apparel. We can go to Legion Relaxed. And they should come in here. Yep. And take off their suits. But they're putting them on the wrong shelf. So, vac, helmet, vac suit. We're just going to go through here and take these off. I like to know where everything is. I'm a very organized person. It doesn't look like that with this, but just wait till we get the ship built. Okay, great. So, only the designated shelves. We're naked now. That's not good. That's an extra debuff on us. Money. We'll take the money. Summer. That's good. At least we won't freeze, but we are going to have to find an alternative to being naked. So... these gazelle might not be too bad. Or even the horses. So, if you're ever curious about what your best option is, you can always go in here. And you can find their combat. So, horse does 2.02 versus a gazelle 2.24. So horses are actually easier to take on than a gazelle. Let's go ahead and put this just right here. Another thing I'm noticing is we're not fixing the stuff in here. It is the home zone. Okay, so they're just being lazy about it. Yeah, that's okay. That's fine. They can be lazy about it. That's okay. Hopefully we're not here for too much longer, but... with the way this is going. I didn't think it would take this long for them to build a ship like this, but the planting is really taking up so much of their time. It is important that we do it, but maybe I made the field a little too big for the start of the game. Duly noted. Next time I make a field, it'll be smaller. Okay, now, before we do this, we're going to come over here. Incoming mechanoids. Here it is. Okay, so the mech hive's scanning process is close to determining your location. When it locates a gravship, it will send a massive mechanoid force to kill you. Gather your supplies, then flee the map by selecting the pilot console and selecting launch. Great. So now we have... Oh, we have a month. Okay. That's... I don't think we'll be here that long, but... we at least have a month. We've got time to kill some horses, make some clothes, get the ship together. Let's go ahead and get a butchering spot down. And we are going to butcher creature. We're going to do that forever. We're also going to grab a zone. I'll put it... I'll just stick it in here. And we are going to put textiles in here. There we go. As you can see, they're pretty tough. Let's make sure everybody is off of the, yeah. We also want to fight if we see a bad guy. We don't want to run away. Okay, I don't think anyone is assigned to cooking. Oh, Theova is. Sit down, eat your rice. But you don't get to sleep now. Sorry about that, bud. You've actually got to butcher. Butcher, butcher, butcher. We need that leather. We want that leather. Young travelers hope for alms. A poor child named Jackal is approaching. He's begging for 4 medicine. Jump to Jackal. He's a child of 4. It's actually not bad. If I was a little bit more established, I would probably kidnap Jackal. And start raising him to be one of us, but... don't really have that luxury right now. The meat isn't really what I care about so much. It's really just the leather. So now we can make Bill. We're going to make pants. Do 3 times. Drop on the floor. Theova. Clear. We only want it made out of leather. Ingredient radius is right here. Perfect. And what are your needs at? Yikes. Yeah, we're really not doing too hot right now. Okay, we're gonna eat the raw meat. Whatever, that's fine. If they get food poisoning, they get food poisoning. Hauling leather. What? Hauling plain leather to stockpile 1. You're trying to put that on the ship. Oh, never mind. You're just merging. Cleaning? Why are you cleaning? What are you doing, man? Get over here. I must have messed something up with my scheduling or something. Don't really have time to look at it at the moment. Or I can't be bothered to make the time to look at it. Let's do this correctly. How are our vac suits? They're actually still in really good shape. 96, 98, 98. The helmets are similar, barely damaged. We'll want to keep those in really good shape for if we have to go back to space. For any reason. I don't know how many pawns we'll have at the time when we have to go, but we'll see. Why are you not building? Get over here. I am willing to risk the unhappiness at this point to get this built, because this is getting slightly ridiculous. They're just cleaning. They're just cleaning. Okay, worst case scenario, we can fly away now. But now I want to get these walls done so we can, you know, actually have a ship. Is this where the door goes? Yeah. There we go. Major break risk. It's probably just because it's dark. Yeah, the darkness wasn't helping. We also don't have a moral guide. We might... The problem with giving someone the moral guide position right now is that their expectations will go up. I guess we're in a bad way no matter what, though, aren't we? Who has the best social out of everyone here? Ooh, wow. Aurelius. Okay. Aurelius, you are to become the moral guide. So maybe we can get some of these negatives taken off. Okay. So, yeah, that's going to raise Aurelius's expectations. She has moderate expectations now. We're getting there. We've got a... We're getting there. We just got to keep going. I guess I'm going to have to force them to wear these pants. There we go. There goes the uncovered groin debuff. Except for maybe Aurelius. No, I thought maybe because she was a female. And for females, pants and shirts are required. So I thought maybe she would still get a little debuff for not being fully clothed. But I guess that's not the case. So that's fine. At least we have pants. We have 60 more leather. We are going to drop on the floor. Clear all. We just want leathers. No more horses, it seems. There's a bear. Thank God he's down there. Yeah, no more horses, so we're gonna have to go after the gazelle or the ram. 2.46. These are actually stronger, but they're closer. Alright, come here. We're gonna go kill these rams for their leather, so we can get more clothes. There we go. No damage. Wow. That's actually ridiculous. Who's the cook again? I guess it really doesn't matter, does it? But we have Theova set to cooking. So, Theova, go ahead and prioritize this. You guys are good to do whatever you want. That was a chicken. Or a bird of some kind, I'm not sure. Okay. We have... What is that? Plain leather? Okay, yeah, it's all plain leather, okay. I was like, oh no, are we getting 2 different leathers? Alrighty, cool. Give me just a little bit here, folks. I'm gonna run and take care of something real fast. I'm just gonna take off, use the restroom, and grab a cup of water. We're not going anywhere. I'll go ahead and leave this at 2x speed, and I will be back in just a short moment. Uh-oh, what's this? A mad muffalo. Can I take on a muffalo? Melee DPS is 3.10. They're stronger than anything we've fought yet, but I think we can. Let's try it. Let's get, let's get here. I want to take a spot in a corner. Why did it stop? Huh. Why did it stop? What are you doing, guy? Hi! Are you stuck? Yeah, he can't, like... He can't, like, get over the fence or something here. He's not going around. Up, 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 up. Go, go, go. Ooh, he hurts. He hurts. But not enough, I guess. Scratch scar. Oof, so she got scratched since we've started playing, I think. And she's got a pretty nasty scar for it. How much pain does that cause you? Oh, I guess I'm not going to be able to tell now, but... we'll look here in a little while and see how much pain that scar is causing. Doesn't matter, we got a breakdown too. She's on a food binge now. Is she going to be okay? Yeah, she'll be fine. Honestly, binge out, really. We have more than enough food now. It might be a good thing to eat some of it through and get rid of some of the wealth. So, this breakdown isn't so bad, actually. Also, just as a reminder, the YouTube chat, it is 60 seconds behind. So, if you say something to me, give it 60 seconds before I'm going to see it. Great. So these guys are focusing on the rice again. I need them to not do that. I really need this stuff built. Oh, wow, you're gonna butcher the... Oh, no, you're not. What are you doing? Why not just carry it to the butchering thing? See, so... There are a couple of mods that you can get from Rimworld that make the pawns a little bit smarter about things, right? Like, if you're gonna carry the Muffalo over here, you might as well just take it to the butchering spot. There's a couple of mods that do stuff like that, and I've never actually installed them before. I've never messed with them. They seem helpful, but I am one of those people where I am stubborn. I won't change too much about a vanilla game experience. Just because, you know, then what are you playing? It's not Rimworld anymore. Of course, if that's your preference, go ahead and do whatever you want. But for me, it's, you know, I like the Rimworld, vanilla Rimworld experience. There's plenty here. Looks like we're not wanting to put on the shirts again. It could be because I haven't actually assigned them for t-shirts. Let me check on that real quick here. Yeah, it's because I haven't assigned them for t-shirts, so that's fine. We'll go ahead and assign them, and they'll pick them up and put them on. What's your problem? Oh, you're still just recovering. Cool. So let me check on that scar here. What are we looking at? 11% pain from this scar? Wow. It actually affects her movement speed by quite a bit. You have a scar on your leg too? Dude, what's with all the scars? You got metal horrors or something and put in your legs? What the heck? Now, this is kind of the added challenge though that I wanted to do if I was gonna have really good pawns like this. I didn't want to start with guns. I wanted to start with swords. makes things a little bit more dangerous for them. And there we go. We're reaping the negatives of using swords. Wasn't there a gun on the map somewhere, though? Yeah, look at that. Right there. 57% auto pistol. Who has the best shooting? 6, 5, 6. No passions. I guess that's okay. Yeah, alright. You come equip the pistol. It's probably going to be worse than the Gladius when it comes to combat, but I wouldn't mind trying to kite a couple of little things. Let's just stop sewing here for a little while. There we go. 14 days, 9 hours until the mechanoid threat. That's not so bad. We're going to be out of here way before then, I think. Let's go ahead and build a... Oh, okay, that threw me off for a second. I was like, is there no roof over this? But no, there is. Okay, cool. We can deconstruct all of that. Now, I'm not going to deconstruct the back wall on this. Otherwise, I don't think we'll be able to roof it. I think it'll, I think the roof will collapse. Having trouble talking today. Another mod I'm using, you can hear right now. This is the ever-popular P music. Adds a little bit more music to the game. A little bit more lively, isn't it? I enjoy it. I do. I enjoy it a lot. Especially the combat music, right? Like, really gets you into the game. She's still out there harvesting. We really don't need this much rice. Should have made a smaller field. Should have just been real tiny. Or if I was going to make a big one, I should have grew it over time. Once again, I started the game with 2 vanometric power cells. I've played the Odyssey DLC a few times now to its completion, and I've got to be honest with you. Juggling chem fuel power is, it's fun, it is, because it's a whole other element of taking care of the Gravship. But after you do it a few times, it's like, oh golly, man, let's just get started. And with the slow start we've had, I'm happy that we have them. Otherwise, we would have to burn more time here making chem fuel, which, I mean, we're gonna have to do anyways, but I just don't feel like doing it right now. Okay, now the tanks, I really don't want the tanks right here. I like having my fuel tanks in the back. Transport pod relationship. A space marine named Christo is crashing in a transport pod. He is not affiliated with any faction. Kind, body modder, delicate. You're a space marine and you're delicate. Incoming damage multiplier times 115%. Yeah. Holy crap, he's a legionary. Wait, how? Oh, you know what it is? Actually, hang on a second. Real quick. I had a Starjack run I was doing, and I kept getting things that were not Starjacks. And so, oops. And so, it's going to give me people that are my xenotype. We don't want that. We do not want that. That would make the game way too easy. So we're going to load the Legion. Yes, I can see. So here's the list of mods. Random plus, interaction bubbles, smart speed, designer shapes, character editor, camera plus. Nothing here that drastically changes the vanilla Rimworld experience. Ooh, had an important text message come in. About buying a car. Fellow wants $4 grand. Yikes. Yikes, that's a lot of Benjamins. Yeah, so we've still got Christo lying over here. Come here. Yeah, this is exactly what it looks like. You are unworthy to have those genes. A problem that must be fixed. I don't even want your clothes. No, thank you. They're probably going to get right back to work on that dang rice, huh? Oh, no, they're going to sleep. Okay. This rice has taken up way too much of my time. Should not have made a field that big. I should have made it smaller. Alright, let's speed through the sleeping here. I want to get the rest of this other wall taken out. There we go. Okay. We can get that. There we are. Yes. Great, look at that. Oh my gosh, okay, perfect. I think we can finally get some power running through here. Let's... we'll put it in this wall. And this wall. And run it straight through to connect. And we'll run a line here and here so we can hit this wall and maybe put some lights. So we'll do that. Torch. Can I get... This wall here will make it where I can't have a standing light. I wish you could move the tanks. You have to eject the fuel and disassemble them. How much does it take to build this? 120? Oh, I've got plenty. Okay. Let's eject the fuel. And we'll remake the things. That means that we can't actually take off if we want to, but that's okay. The tanks are going to go here and here. So I actually don't need to move any of those shelves. I will eventually disassemble these shelves and make different ones, but not super huge on my priority list right now. You do not have a shirt. It takes 40, I think, to make a shirt, so we're almost there. Is there anything that would offer me plain leather? That would be like bird skin, I think. What about this little bunny? Psychic drone, low mail. Oh, okay, that's fine. Yeah, bunnies actually do give light leather, so come here. And a guinea pig? Does this also give light leather? Nope, guinea pig fur. The squirrel does, though. We're gonna keep dangers to a minimum here. We don't want to take any injuries. Well, there we go. A little bit of a hiccup there as the quest came in. I want you to focus on getting that leather. Ship to the stars. So this is the ship quest, where you travel to a specific spot, and then you get the starship going, so you don't have to build one yourself. Kind of cool. I've never actually done this ending. I always just make the ship myself. So someday I'll have to do that ending where you actually have to go to a whole different ship. All right, now we're going to disassemble that for metal. All right. All right, cool. So we don't need these. Let's disassemble those, and then we're going to build a copy here and here. We can have a little bit more space on the ship by getting those tanks out of the way. And we have visitors. From the Gala tribe. More tribals. They're going to have a few things to trade, but as you can see, it's not very good. I could probably try and sell some of this extra rice, I guess. I have 900 of the dang stuff. Let's see if they'll buy it. I doubt it, but we'll see. Yeah. Aw, man, they won't even buy Lupin. I could have made some money off of him. Alright. It's fine. They're so worried about the rice, I have to command them to disassemble stuff most of the time. Oh, actually, you know what? Just build that one. And you build that one. He walked through it, so he stopped. Okay. Great. Now we can allow all the chem fuel. So when we get to our next stop is probably when we will start making chem fuel. I don't think we need to do that so much being here. But We should find a place for the nutrient paste dispenser now. I hate these things because they're so big. Is it under production? Oh, it is under production. All right. Yeah, I can't stand these things because they're so big. But this might not be a bad place for it. I mean, obviously the ship will get bigger. So this isn't going to be its final spot, but it's going to be kind of in the way for a while. Going to be kind of annoying. Yeah, we'll just put 2 more hoppers there. That's fine. And then we're going to start moving our furniture. Oops. We're going to start moving our furniture in. Let's put the table here. And I actually will make a second stool now. As much as I don't want to, but I will. I just have to make another one of these too, so let's just shove that in there. Same with the research benches. I don't want to leave these. These are going to be pretty important as we keep going. How do I want to set this up? We just put it here. I'm not going to try and worry too much about the organization of the ship, I guess. Let's just get everything on it. We got to get some more grav panels, and we've got to make the ship bigger. So, we're just not going to worry about it for the moment. That disoriented me a little bit. Let's put, I don't know. Just put it there. That we can disassemble. Light leather, plain leather. Oh. I was supposed to get plain leather. I picked up light leather. No! It's okay. Wow, they wouldn't even buy the leather, huh? These tribals. Yeah, they won't even buy the leather. Stingy. All right. Ooh, actually, don't do that. Get in here and keep putting stuff down. Gonna keep trying to get stuff moved. So how much space do we have? Yeah, we don't have anything in here except for the rice. I should get some shelves made real quick just to store the extra rice. There we go. He's in a bad mood. Get over here and build this. The mood thing is what I'm really trying to take care of. I'm trying to get it to where we're not eating raw food anymore. There. Now we can actually, you know, eat. So we're going to also go ahead and allow in here meat, but no human meat, no insect meat, and no twisted meat. We're also going to allow corn. Make sure fungus is off. Copy. And paste those in. go ahead and delete that. Perfect. Check it out. Oh, we finally made it. Whew. How long did that take? What, like an hour and a half, 2 hours? Just to get the ship built? Because this dang rice. Yeah, the rice really set us back a bit. I didn't have to do that either. I could have hunted, I could have harvested berries, right? I didn't have to do this. The reason why I decided to plant rice, though, is because their planting is so bad. And this is the point in the game, right at the start, where we can afford to waste a little bit of time. Especially if our wealth isn't going up too much. So now that everything's moved, we're going to go ahead and allow them to do this. We're going to keep getting some planting XP. We still have 11 days until we have to leave. Again, I don't know if I'm going to be here that whole time, but I'm certainly going to try and squeeze out as much experience in plants as I can. Eventually, when we get a hydroponics bay going in the ship, I want them to be able to harvest that stuff efficiently. So we're not wasting time planting in the ground. Why don't you want to wear a shirt? I'm going to force you to wear that shirt. It's not much armor, but it does offer some kind of protection. Right? Doesn't it? If I go into their gear and I click on this, yeah, it does offer a small amount of protection. All right, let's throw down a stockpile zone here. Oops. Okay, that's not gonna work. This will be fine. Disassemble all of these double shelves. I do not want those. And we're just going to expand the zone here as they get rid of these shelves. Just so if anything falls on the ground, it's in a zone. We don't want them to, like, haul it outside or drop it somewhere where it's not on the ship in case we got to get out of here. Okay. So all we have left are the little shelves. So we're going to take the space suits and we'll put them over here. The medicine will go right next to us. Now we have plenty of storage for food. I can't imagine these act as a wall, but I also can't stand here then if I put this here. So I don't want to do that. Yeah, I'm just going to have to settle on a lot of stuff right now. The ship is small and it's just the start of the game. It's going to be an ugly ship for a while. We're just going to make some shelves here real quick. For all of that important stuff. There we go. And try and get things separated here. Try and get everything organized. We're gonna need a shelf for components. Is this smoke leaf? Where did we get smoke leaf? Did one of the traders leave us a gift? Leave us a gift and it was smoke leaf? Must not have been paying attention. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. We're going to need another shelf, though. We need Gravlite panels on here. And then... what? One for silver? What? I can't type the L in? Okay. There we go. There we go. Look at that. So much more organized now. So we have 243 Gravlite panels. We can still make the ship bigger. Obviously, I'm not really going to do that right now because it took long enough to get it to be this big. I could make some room somewhere for solar panels eventually. Yeah, it's alright. For now, we're doing okay on power. I think I'm going to keep... I think we're going to shrink the zone. To include just what we're doing. Wild smoke leaf. Oh, look! There's wild smoke leaf here. That's where it came from. Oh, dude, look at that! Dude, do you know how much money we could make by harvesting... by harvesting this smoke leaf? Crafting spot. Check this out. So, you get a crafting spot, right? It doesn't cost anything to make. And right away at the start, you can make smoke leaf joints. Theova is our cooker. Do we need... No, it requires no level at all to make smoke leaf joints. Drop on the floor. Theova. Okay. So, when you do it like this, check this out. So, if we have a lot of smoke leaf, we'll make 4 joints in one craft. But if we don't have enough for 4, and we only have enough for 1, they'll make as many as they can before they have to stop. So, yeah. Good billing right there. Look at that, 24 smoke leaf. I actually have to... I know I just said that we weren't going to do that, but you know what? Where's your thing? Oh yeah, you're on unrestricted, okay. Yeah, we're going to keep them on unrestricted for a little while longer. Ooh, I don't like this lynx here. Alright. Everybody get up and eat. Now come over here. I don't want this lynx to hunt us. There we go. Yeah, didn't want that to be a problem later on. Raid! Oh gosh, Neanderthals.